Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Aries. I'm the Cannastrologer, and I've got a new deck of cards that I'm really excited about and want to use for you guys. So we're going to switch up the reading this week and start out with a couple oracle, go into some tarot, and then I'll end with an oracle as well. Spiritual AF. So the new deck that I got is the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. Super excited about this. I just did an unboxing video. I haven't posted it yet, but I will. But I got to bless the cards, took a look at every single one of them, and they're gorgeous, but they're all oracle. And so that's what we'll get started with. I'm only going to pull two of the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck, and then I'll pull some tarot, to clarify. But so let's get into this. We'll first start out with the Chakra Insight Oracle and see what we have for Aries for this week. Aries, this week we've got the first quarter moon in Scorpio. That's on Tuesday. And it's a good time to believe in yourself. First quarter moons are a great time to do spell work, to bring more of what you want into your world. So it's manifestation, basically. And the song that I had on pre-shuffle for you was Higher You Climb by JJ Grey and Mofro. So they say the higher you climb, the harder you fall, then you leave your youngins with nothing at all. So it's just talking about, be careful about, what you're spending for yourself, for your own needs, not taking into account or paying attention for, like, if you have children, or putting savings aside for a rainy day or anything like that. If you don't have kids, there could always be an emergency or something like that. But those are some of the lyrics. And so it's just like the old saying goes, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. So just make sure that you've got a little cushion. Everybody has ups and downs, ebbs and flows. That's for sure. That is for sure. Okay, what do we have for Aries? Spirit guides for our higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity, please. Underneath the deck, we've got number 41, intuition. And that's trust, insight, awareness, and guidance. So this is like the energy going into it. Intuition. Using your intuition. Somebody could be 41 years old, but also 4 plus 1 is 5, and that's a change of direction. So there could be some big changes coming in. This is crazy. Okay, look, you saw me sitting there shuffling those. And these have been shuffled a gazillion times over, like a gazillion times. We just pulled 41 underneath the deck, 42 on top of the deck, literally one after the other. So this is a really strong message for Aries. You've got intuition and insight. So insight is understanding, awakening, awareness, and self-evaluation. I feel like many of you are, really getting insight and a better understanding about yourselves. Some of you may be going through or experiencing an awakening, and all that is self-evaluation and awareness of oneself. Ascension, realizing the error of your ways. And everybody does it, right? Everybody has things to improve upon, right? So this is just you discovering what it is that you really need to do in order to awaken, and kind of move forward from where you maybe weren't doing so great before. It's all about awareness, insight, guidance, and just trusting yourself and trusting your spirits, that you're being guided in the right direction. That's lovely. I like that. Okay. So now let's pull the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. I'm going to pull two cards. Okay. So I want to do two cards, kind of like as above, so below. It's like 5D, 3D. Higher self, and I don't want to say lower self, but just like your physical self. Spiritual self and physical self. All right, what do we have for Aries, please? What are their 2 cards? I'll shuffle these out. Aries, please. Okay, they came right out. Okay, and then underneath the deck is Thrive Brati, and that means tolerance. So I'll leave that underneath the deck. First card that flipped over is Gateway, Vision. And so this is your lower self. This is what's going on in the 3D, Vision. And then for the 5D, your spiritual self, we've got Santa Muerte. And this is Offering. So it's very interesting that this one fell out for like the spiritual self, because Santa Muerte is like it's like Day of the Dead, which happens right after Halloween. It's like or November 1st through 3rd, and or that time frame, right? And that is a time where you give offerings to your spirits and to your higher self. So for this to be like a spiritual self, it's like somebody's looking at the gateway, looking towards passed on friends, family, and loved ones. It's, looking up above, standing at the gate. But then this is actually like making that offering, almost giving them an offering. But let's read what Gateway is. I have to find it real quick. I really love this deck. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So, Gateway, many of our spirit guides are the animals that made soul contracts with us. Animals, especially dogs, live with unfiltered joy. This is why they ascend faster than humans. They radiate and integrate the highest frequencies on the planet. At the heart center of the card reminds you to live with your heart wide open, like the Gates Witch, along with a small crystal skull, sit engulfed in orange flame, sharing the message of grace. This card can help create visions when held to your third eye, along with creating happiness. Expect miracles, attract miracles, accept miracles, is the theme for this card. You've completed the lessons and are ready to work deeply with the dimensional beings. You will complete the gateway walk, you must remember. So work with Seraphonite, the stone Seraphonite, and new thought pattern. I remember the divine spark within my mind and spirit. I am always connected. So this is just, talking about being always connected to spirit, knowing that, like especially with the insight and the intuition cards already coming out, it's like I feel like you're really making a connection to everything that you need to know in order to grow. Therefore, you've learned the lessons you need in order to ascend. This is why you're having this awakening. This is why you're having awareness. You're literally at the gate about to walk through. So I remember the divine spark within my mind and spirit. I am always connected. Know that you are always connected. Okay, now let's look at Santa Muerte. Okay. It's card number 9 or page number 97. Almost there. So African peoples who were enslaved rechristened their deities into Catholic saints to maintain their religious practices. Santa Muerte is surrounded by cigars, tequila, and chocolate. This card is the altar card, and when it appears, it's time to create an altar for yourself. On the altar before her lies cannabis, tobacco, many colorful flowers, candles, and fruit. Smoke is blown over as it is a practice of purification, and this is shown in the smoky haze that surrounds it. Bread, water, and incense are also seen in abundance at her sides, and these are the things considered essential offerings. The red, white, and gold candles aligned in the card represent candle magic, symbolizing the importance of ritual. Remind yourself that death is not always a true death. You can say goodbye to an old version or program, and this is where Santa Muerte can help, especially potent when in combination with Gogoru. So we don't have that. But this is basically saying, you know, make yourself another altar. Make sure that you're giving your passed on friends, family, and loved ones offerings, because, you know, death isn't like a finite. It's not final. You know, and also death doesn't necessarily have to mean like the death of an actual person or loved one. It could be, you could be making an altar based on, you know, what it is that you want to bring more of into your life and what you're letting go, right? Okay. So let's clarify these and pull some tarot for Aries. And tolerance. You know what? I do want to look at tolerance and see what tolerance is about. Thrivebrity. Before we do that. So Thrivebrity, Daniel stands with what looks like a devil and an angel on each shoulder, but as you look closer, you see a line of ancestors on each side stretching out to infinity. The Cannabis plant oracle debuts a blue road of smoke to a volcano bag in hand. I knew that was a volcano bag. I love that. And messages flow through the smoke from the ancestors. A giant sycamore tree stands tall as an anchor, while Daniel sits stoically below it. Sobriety reminds us of the thousands who lived before us in order for us to live. Daniel holds a feather from an eagle, which symbolizes protection from the source. We owe a debt of gratitude for those who believed and kept their faith for future generations. How do you pass on your legacy? How will you break free from the energies that want you to remain trapped in the norm? Call on your ancestors through the great blue road of smoke and shake off the demons and addictions in all forms. Okay, so I'm getting major like ancestral vibes with these three specific cards. So I feel very strongly that your spirit guides are trying to speak to you in order for you to, you know, have some sort of an awakening in order to ascend. And I feel like you're ready. I feel like some of you are hearing the messages. You're kind of ignoring them. So this is like your wake-up call. But for others of you, I feel like you've been hearing the messages. You're trying to make sense of it. And this is kind of just like confirmation and Spirit's letting you know, like spiritually, what you need to do. You need to make an offering, you know, to your ancestors because, you know, of these energies, and this is what's going on. And, you know, maybe some of you are developing a tolerance. Maybe some of you are working on things like, you know, getting over certain types of addiction, you know, any kind of alcoholism or anything like that. You know, it could be addictions of any kind, you know, but this is having a tolerance now. And, you know, how are you going to pass on the legacy? How are your children going to remember you if you have kids, right? How are people after you going to remember you? So take it as it resonates. All right, moving on. Okay, really? I'm going to pull 3 cards for each oracle, and we'll just read down. So, can I please get 3 cards, spirits, for Aries, for their higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity, for Gateway Vision. Tell me the story behind Gateway Vision. Now remember, this is happening in the 3D. What is Gateway Vision? Okay, those are the first 2. Okay. One more, please. Okay, well, I'll just take them. Okay. So, first 2 that fell out, we've got King of Wands and we've got 8 of Wands. So Aries, that's your sign. Wands are fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And the King of Wands, this is you. Now this could be feminine or masculine. If you're a female watching, this is just you in your masculine energy, or you could be dealing with a masculine fire sign energy. The King of Wands, he's a stud, right? He is somebody that, you know, everybody enjoys being around. Very attractive person, very good in business. He can see things before other people can see them. Almost as if by magic, but, you know, he's able to really, you know, manifest and see before anybody else, like if something's going to hit, if a product is going to make it to market, you know, it's that kind of energy, right? He's kind of like a Don Juan. If he's not married, then he probably has a lot of suitors. But if he is married, he's a very passionate lover. So take it as it resonates. Then we've got the Eight of Wands, which is messages, passionate messages. So you could have some messages coming in to you. I always look at this card though, and I think of like downloads, like messages from the divine. And so this very well could be you getting messages, you know, from the divine, from your spirit guides. And it may have something to do with some type of an ending. We've got more Wands energy here. This is putting down the burdens. This is maybe something that you're ending, moving on from, walking away from. Now, what I like about tens is that they're not only endings, but they're also beginnings, because 1 + 0 = 1. The thing that concerns me is then after that fell the devil. And that is the sign of Capricorn, okay? And this has, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, right? But this is also telling me that there's a certain amount of toxicity. And that could be toxicity in any way, shape, or form. So that could be alcoholism, that could be gambling, that could be, you know, playing the stock market and, you know, not knowing when to stop. It could be a toxicity around money. It could be a toxicity around working too much. Take it as it resonates. But I feel that, you know, this is what you're fighting. This is what you're dealing with, is this devil energy. And it's like trying. And so what also I'm seeing too is maybe that's what you're walking away from. Maybe this is what you're putting down, is this toxic energy. Because, you know, it's saying that you're standing at the gateway. You're right there. Yeah, I feel like you're getting the messages. You're getting these downloads. You're getting these feelings. Wherever you're getting the messages from. It could be even from this video, right? And you're wanting to put down those burdens. You want to put down this toxicity so you can focus on insight and your intuition, you know, have a better understanding and awareness of yourself and other people so that you can ascend. I love that. So this is, you know, what's happening in the 3D. Now what do we have going on the 5D? What is Spirit wanting you to make these offerings for? Why is Spirit wanting you to make these offerings? Now, for some of you, this also is a strong message for like when Santa Muerte comes up this next season, at the end of October, beginning of November. Strong calling for you to, you know, honor that and celebrate that. You know, call upon your ancestors, your spirits. That's a good time to do it. That's when the veil is the thinnest. So you can have a new start. So you can take a leap of faith into a new type of life. That's what I'm feeling. 3 cards, please, for Santa Muerte offering. 3 cards, please, for Santa Muerte offering. Okay. Two more, please, for Aries. That's it. Thank you. All right. You guys have so much fire energy. It's insane. Ooh, okay. So, you had some deceit. Somebody was... Huh. So I feel like, so Seven of Swords is my least favorite card. Swords are about communication. They're about deceit, theft, thievery, stabbing somebody in the back, stealing. I think I said that already. It's like anything evil that you can think of. That's what the Seven of Swords is. It's very sneaky energy. Notice he's got a knife, and he just stole a bunch of feathers from these birds in the, under the moonlight, and he's running away, right? Without anybody's permission. He could have killed a bird. He could have hurt somebody. There's that. It's that type of energy. So there could have been some kind of sneakiness that happened that maybe nobody even knows about. This could be you. This could have been done to you. But the message that I'm getting with this, and notice now we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And that's a divine partnership. But I think that this has more to do with balancing yourself. I feel like whatever this negative energy that you've been dealing with, it could even be this toxicity that you're wanting to get rid of. You could have done terrible things in your past, right? And your spirits know this. Your spirits see everything. They literally see everything. I feel this is the awakening card, so this makes a lot of sense. By offering, making an offering to your spirits, by building yourself another altar, making an offering to your spirits, this is going to help with your awakening, right? This is going to give you like a passionate new beginning towards something, and that something is going to help bring you into this Queen of Wands energy, which will balance out, the King of Wands, the masculine side with the feminine side, and bring those together. The Queen of Wands is very beautiful. She's very magical, very good with business as well. She can basically, make anything magic, bring fruition and passion into anything that she does. I feel like, by you honoring your spirits in this way, like this is what it's going to ignite. You'll be dropping this negativity, this toxicity, and really be creating some good passionate magic for yourself once you have this full-on awakening. And what that's going to do, if you have children, because the Page of Wands is underneath the deck. Pages are usually younger energies, can be children. They're messengers, right? And this card was talking all about your legacy. What this is going to do is give your children a whole new, brand new start, right? That's what this is, like a child that's like on a new path, and they're very excited about it. So it's like being able to give your children an opportunity that you never had. Now, if you don't have kids, this is you being given a new opportunity or a new start where you didn't have one before. It's like wiping a slate clean and being able to start fresh. I just heard yes. So that's where I'm going to leave that message at. I like it. All right, let's pull one more Spiritual AF. This was supposed to be a lot shorter of a read than it was, but sometimes they just go longer. And to be honest with you, I barely even wanted to get these done this week, and I've had a lot going on. But I don't want to disappoint, and felt the calling. Okay, so holding on to resentments is like talking a shit. Is like, not talking. Okay, holding on to resentments is like taking a shit in your own heart. So yeah, it's that gross and pointless. Let that shit go. Look up loving kindness meditation on the internet and do it. Focus on love. Focusing on love is like taking a baby wipe to your heart. That's funny. So, I don't know if you can see that very well. Holding on to resentments is like taking a shit in your own heart. So if you're holding on to resentment for anybody, towards anybody, you need to let that go. That's this toxicity right here. Literally, that's what we were talking about, letting toxicity go. That's resentment. So this is like your message. You know, maybe it's, you know, even my reading here. But this is your message to let something go and move on. And by doing so, that helps you walk through this gate towards, you know, a higher purpose, right? And then I feel, you know, for those of you that are seeking forgiveness for either something that was done to you or forgiving somebody for something that they did to you with the Seven of Swords energy, that's going to create an awakening that helps balance out your masculine and your feminine energies. And once that happens, that's going to bring in this balance, right? That wipes the slate clean so that you can move forward towards, you know, a legacy, leaving a legacy, towards tolerance, sobriety, you know, whatever it is for you that helps balance that out, that's what's coming in. So that's what I have for you this week, Aries. If any of this resonated, make sure that you drop a comment in the comments below. Also, smash that subscribe button right now. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe. And if you're interested in a personal reading, and if you'd like, you know, a reading with any one of these specific decks or anything, I have all of my contact information in the description below. Just reach out. Let me know, you know, what you're looking for, and then we'll go from there and schedule it. As you know, I love doing these readings for you every single week. So I appreciate sharing your time and energy with me, and look forward to reading for you next week. So as you know, it's Together We Grow. Hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace, Aries.